r/askreddit, what's the biggest red flag you ignored? My younger brother killed my pet hamster because I accidentally broke his Power Ranger he left on the floor, under a blanket. He told my mom that he didn't see the hamster when he was getting up to get a drink and accidentally stepped on it. He's now 3 years into his 7-year sentence for accidentally hitting and crippling someone with his car after having an argument with them. I always just chalked it up to him being a huge dick, but now I realize he's a low-key psychopath. When the person I was seeing would never introduce me to their friends or family. Oh man. She invited me to all the holidays, and I lived 8 hours away from family, so one day if she removed the invite, I couldn't just go home. Missed Thanksgiving with my family. Went to a casino by myself, but as soon as she was done with family she texted and wanted to cuddle. Got angry, I hadn't sat at home all alone all day waiting for her. Tried the same shit for Christmas, but I had a plane ticket booked and didn't cancel it. When she backed out the day before, I said cool and went and saw my family. We ended in June that year. She did everything to keep me from going home but never let me meet friends or family. Eventually found out I was the side piece. Such an idiot I was. One of the early days of us dating we went to Target and he jokingly pushed me, causing me to actually fall over and hit my head on one of the metal shelves. Mind you, this man was over a foot taller than me and twice my size. I was confused, so I started crying a little and I asked why he did that, and he got all huffy and told me I couldn't take a joke, and he obviously didn't mean for me to hit my head. You know, instead of apologizing and checking to see if I was okay. Same guy also told me weeks prior that with my short hair I looked like a little boy in a dress. She had astronomically bad luck. She had been falsely accused of plagiarism and kicked out of college. She had a DUI on her record even though she wasn't that drunk, but the breathalyzer was miscalibrated and they mixed up her blood sample with a different DUI arrest. She got fired from her job for stealing when she didn't actually steal but got set up. Everything just went wrong for her. Or maybe, just maybe, she was a huge asshole who couldn't own up to her own shit, blaming me for things that I had no effect on. She got a bad grade on a quiz because I helped her study. Blamed me for her dropping her laptop because I was in another room doing my own thing and couldn't hear what she was saying. So she had to get up off the couch, which led to the dropping of the laptop. Blamed me for her not being prepared for a presentation at work because I had a work event instead of being there for her, which always meant just sitting there on the couch next to her while she put it together. Blamed me for her backing into a pole in a parking lot because I didn't pick her up from work, but I decided we'd meet at a restaurant. So many more. Nothing was ever her fault. His whole extended family disliked him and thought he was flaky. He fed me a sob story about how they were all assholes. I ate it up. I had so much empathy. No, he's just a flaky asshole. Example, he would promise his little niece that he would go to her hockey game and then not go cause he forgot. She'd be devastated and then he would insist she forgive him since he forgot. This one is so hard to navigate when you're only hearing one side of the story. In some cases, people do have asshole families to the point where separating themselves from them makes sense. But in other cases, it's a way of avoiding accountability for being an asshole themselves. I'm glad you were able to learn the truth. He arrived carrying only a single black rubbish bag filled with his possessions, but claimed that his home had burned down. A little over a year later, he left with a black garbage bag full of his possessions, therefore our place must have burned down as well. Ah. The famous hobosexual. First date, she told me her favorite movie ever was The Exorcist. Whatever, I love scary movies. Then the first time we had sex she gave me chlamydia. Soon after, we actually watched a scary movie. She came back from the bathroom wearing a scream mask and holding a kitchen knife because she thought it was funny. I did not, but I was just like, okay, she's a quirky. She later ended up actually trying to stab me multiple times, amongst other awful physical or psychological abuse.